going to do an insight video again today, and I've been thinking a lot about like consciousness and creation, and I've been thinking a lot about oneness and how we're connected, and sort of like consciousness and how it manifests in reality, and very much around sort of like just feeling this sense of energy and vibration and frequency. And I've been thinking this morning, I was thinking about, and I was sort of like connecting in, and I was thinking sort of like all reality, like things like, we look at houses, we look at sort of like cars, we look at sort of anything, trees, anything. They're all like consciousness. They're all part of like conscious creation. They're all part of source energy, source vibration. Like everything starts off with a conscious thought, and all comes from source. So it all sort of holds our energy, vibration, frequency. And when you start to see reality in this way, you start to see reality in a very different way. That you start to see that everything is a vibration, and everything is a frequency, and everything is energy. And you start to look at your own reality and your own life in this way. That everything starts with a thought, and then it turns into like consciousness, where you start to integrate it within your reality, within your experience. And we're all conscious beings of creation, and we're all beings that have the ability to be whatever we want and whatever we consciously want to create. And this is the gift that we've been given from source energy and source energy. We're all born from source, and we all sort of like came into this reality with that gift. And it's about sort of like integrating that and starting to become aware of it and awaken to it, that within your life that you are consciousness, and through consciousness you can create and manifest anything you want. And this is the shift that's happening for many of us as we start to move through the different dimensional reality experiences at the moment. I start talking about this I am creator. Well, we are creator. It's not like, I am is the starting point, where the I am is the starting point of self mastery within this reality, within this within your life. You start to realize that through your energy and through your vibration and through your consciousness, you create your reality. And you start to know that everything comes from your source energy, or your source center. And you start to live within your own center, and you vibrate from that. And when you consciously start to do that, then you start to shift and change your reality, and you start to know that everything is available always. That there's nothing, that you are lacking in nothing, that nothing is lacking within your life, and anything that you need, you can create. You can create through your state of consciousness, and you can create from your source center, your seed of your essence, your seed of creation, which is your source energy. And this is where also I feel like the soul lives. People talk about the soul, and the soul is like the direct reflection of source energy within your reality. So the soul can create and manifest anything, because it's just directly connected to source energy and source vibration. And consciousness is the understanding that everything starts with consciousness, that starts with this thought, that then turns into energy, that then goes into form, and then comes into reality. And it's about learning to start to live more consciously and live from source. And the conscious connection is knowing that source energy, that you can never be separate from it. You can never be disconnected from it. You can't be disconnected from that which you've always been, that which you are. You cannot be separate from it. And I think this is the shift in vibration and frequency for many of us, where you start to realize, it's like people talk about like heaven on earth, and they talk about like new earth. And like heaven on earth is just a conscious thought. It's a conscious vibration of frequency, seeing that every moment is like a heaven on earth. It can be full of joy, it can be full of wonder, it can be full of love, it can be full of laughter and fun and stuff like that. The only thing stopping is when you feel something's missing. And again, this is where this vibration or this frequency of lacking comes in. And it's your human mind. Your human mind will start to integrate with like consciousness in the infinite self, which is this infinite being, or the infinite self is an infinite aspect of self that connects and links with like multi-dimensional reality experience. And many of us are starting to step into that. And again, with frequency and consciousness, it's always expanding. It never stops. It's always evolving. And I feel this is what's happening within spiritual sort of like consciousness for us as a collective. And I use the word collective because that's how the spiritual dimensions and the spiritual realities work. They're a collective. Collective is many frequencies, many vibrations, working as one in unity and harmony. And this is what many of like universal beings and teachers are working as. And this is how they work with us within this reality. And all of us are channels for this. Everybody's a channel for this. There's some that it's their purpose that they do this within their reality, within their lifetime, that they teach. Well, I don't even like the word teach. I was thinking about this morning. I don't even like the word teach. Teacher, or teaching. It's more guiding. You're a guide. Each of us are a guide. We're a guide, and we work in the same way. And again, this is a direct, like, symbolic meaning of those in like spiritual reality and spiritual consciousness. They're all guides. We talk about the word, and we use the word guide for angels, beings of infinite wisdom, light, intelligence, understanding, beings that come from different realities and dimensions. But we are them, and they are us. There is no separation, and that's one of the biggest key things to the shifting of consciousness, that you can live within that source vibration, that you are not separate, that you are them and they are you, and you have a direct relationship with them. As they are guides, you are guides. We're all guides as part of a collective on this state of reality now. And it's awakening, and it's awakening to that, to your true potential. Each and every one of us as beings have this, source energy, this seed of essence, the seed of creation. We're all creators, and we are all creating constantly, and we're all creating with a direct connection to source energy. Source energy is always connected to us. You cannot not be connected to source energy, because that is what you are created from. That is what you are born from. So you cannot be disconnected from it, because that's what you are. So source is always connected with us. It's always and it's always sort of aligning with us. It's bringing insights, wisdom, understanding, awareness all the time, as with all these guides are as well. And the guides are, again, just reflections of source energy, because they're all born of source consciousness, as we all are born of source consciousness. And this is one of the new shifts that we're starting to step into, living within source. Source energy is what it is. It's the understanding that we're all these infinite beings of infinite consciousness and infinite vibrations and frequencies, and they're available to us. That we're never separate from them. We're never disconnected from them. And it's the understanding that we can live within this vibration and frequency. And this is what people term as heaven on earth, is when you're living within source, within a vibration and frequency where you can access and consciously create in the here and now, because heaven and earth is here and now. Because it can't be anywhere else, because there's no separation. There's no separation. There's no separation between the infinite realities and this reality. There's no separation, because all of them are one. They've always been one. And because they're created from source, and you are a source being of infinite consciousness, you are part of that. You can't be anything else. And it's the shifting, and it's the understanding, and it's the awareness and awakening of that. And many of us have, we're always seeing, a lot of us look outside of ourselves at, the 3D reality, the external reality. And the external reality is only a reflection of what we are consciously creating through our vibration, our frequency, and our energy. And our consciousness, like I said, is just, consciousness starts off as a thought, and then it moves into like a vibration, a frequency, then it moves into form, and then it obviously it moves into reality. But it's the understanding that as a conscious being, you have the ability to access, shift, change, dissolve at any moment. And like I keep saying, heaven on earth is here and now, and the new earth is here and now, and it starts with you. And this is part of the journey, is that we start to awaken. And this is what the Ascended Masters were teaching us, or are still teaching us as beings now. That the I Am Presence, which is like this I Am mantra that brings consciousness, and shifts and changes your frequency. The I Am is the starting point to self-mastery, knowing that all things come from you. You are the center of the universe. The universe is you. You are consciousness. Consciousness is you. You are source. Source is you. All of these things, and we are one. We've always been one. We cannot be anything else but that. And this is the true sort of the true essence, and the truth, true like spiritual truth, which has always been. There's no separation. There's no time. You know, there's just one vibration and one frequency. And as long as you live within the here and now, you know, you have the access to this infinite vibrations and frequencies. You live within source and create and manifest from your seed of creation, which is your source energy. And this is a new shifting of consciousness on this planet. The planet is also source energy, and it is always being aligned with source vibration and frequencies. The planet is being, like I keep saying, these new vibrations, these new frequencies are being integrated from different higher dimensions and realities all the time within the consciousness of the planet, and within the energy vibrations and frequencies of the planet. The planet is connected directly to source, so it will always align according to what the new vision or the higher frequencies that are coming on, or being integrated with the planet. And the planet works on that scale with billions of us, but the source energy also works with us like that on an individual scale as well as a collective scale. So it's about understanding that there is always this infinite source and flow of energy that you're always receiving. We're all channels. We've always been channels. Every one of us is a channel. We cannot be anything but a channel for source energy, because we are born from it, so we are always connected to it, and we are never separate from it. So for me, it's like this is a big shifting in understanding and awareness, and source living, and living within vibrations and frequencies, which is the fifth dimension, which is what they talk about heaven on earth. But the sixth dimension, for what I feel it is and what I believe it is when we move from just knowing that obviously that the vibrations and frequencies, that we are directly connected to source, and heaven on earth is here. But the next shift into the sixth dimension is that I am creator. We are all creators. We are creators because we are born from the creator. So we are creators ourselves. We are reflections of source energy. And it's the understanding then that, you know, that we are creating and manifesting reality constantly, and we're always receiving. So we always receive and we always give, which is the natural flow of the universe, and which is connected directly to the infinity symbol, which is the 8. You know, people see it on the side. I always see it as vertical, but it's symbolic to me. And like I talked about diamond consciousness, which is this triangle with a triangle at the top and the triangle at the bottom, and they're in the and this directly connects again to union, like of the direct connection to source, and the infinite dimensions, and the realities, and the fact that, you know, we are directly connected to it, and we're always connected to it. So the source is the energy, like the top triangle, and the lower triangle is us, and like, yeah, and we're directly connected to this source energy, the vibrations, the frequencies, and we have the ability to access this consciousness. And the bottom triangle is reality. It's like creation. It's like heaven here. It's saying that all of that is available up there, and, you know, the diamond consciousness is teaching us that we're already open to it. We're already part of it. We're already connected to it. And the bottom triangle then is our consciousness, and it's then for our purpose then to create within that, with our own consciousness, this reality that is heaven on earth. And it's part of the fifth dimensional reality, the fifth dimensional understanding, that you're never separate and we're always one. So these things are going on all the time, and consciousness is shifting all the time. We're all channels. Remember that we're all channels, that none of us are not a channel. We can't be not a channel for source energy, because we're born of it. So we cannot be that which we're not, which we're all pure energy, pure vibration, pure consciousness. So it's that shifting, and this is why I'm doing these like insight videos, because I'm going through my own journey of this shifting and change. And like I said, we're all guides for each other. So everything that we receive is then, it should be then sort of like expressed, and it should be expressed, and it should be expressed fully, and it should be expressed openly, and then for others to connect and align with, so that they can start sort of like living more consciously and living within source, and creating and expressing through source. So that's the insight for today.